episode 431 of In Touch with iOS, the podcast that keeps you connected to the ever-changing Apple ecosystem. I am your host, Dave Ginsburg. Each week, we break down the latest news, updates, tips, and hidden features across iPhone, iPad, Apple Watch, Mac Vision Pro, Apple TV, and insights from friends, experts, and the Apple community, because here we read the release notes, so you don't have to. So we're here this week, about 5 days before, was it 5 days? 6 days before MacStock. So glad to have everybody here this week and glad to see all the panel here to have some fun. So let's go ahead and see who's here. Let's first start off with Jill McKinley. How you doing, Jill? Thanks for being here.
Well, I'm doing fine this happy 4th of July weekend. So I'm excited to see you all next week.
Yeah. Can't wait. Also here, Marty Jencius. We were just hot off of another episode of another podcast that we did earlier today about AI. So I'm looking forward to when that gets published. And I'm glad you're here, Marty.
I'm good. I'm happy to be here. You know, I was going to get up today and do some serious work and get everything done that I've been putting off. And instead, I finally figured out how to set up my Plex server. And that pretty much consumed my whole day.
Wow. Go you.
So it can.
I am a happy camper.
Yeah, go you.
Yeah.
Now we can be Plex buddies.
Yeah. We have to share each other's Plex servers.
It helps if you're flexible.
No.
Flexible, yes. Speaking of flexible, Guy Serle, how's it going?
It's going well. I am fantastic. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Oh, my. Here he goes. Oh, thanks for being here. Eric Bolden, thank you for being here. How are you doing?
Good. Nice quiet day.
That's going to end very soon.
Well, the storms already went through, and I blinked and missed.
They're gone.
So
they're gone. And then Jeff Gamet, you are here. Great to have you here. How are you?
It's so awesome to be here, and I'm doing just fine. I'm getting closer and closer every day to being ready for MacStock.
Me too. I can't wait.
Right by Thursday, you should be all set.
And, I'm thinking Friday by lunch, I'll be set. Okay, now granted, that's right after my presentation wraps up.
Yeah.
No.
Oh,
mine is on
Monday.
Sunday, so I have to be here all the whole weekend, no matter what.
Yeah.
I'm the very last one on Sunday too, which is fine. Let's go ahead and dig in some of the stuff that's going on this week. Vision Pro, I didn't have too much this week. There's a lot of other things to talk about, but we will talk about beta. They did release the 26.6 beta that came out today. This past week for both the Watch OS, TV OS, and Vision OS. Nothing really reported on it that I was aware of. We're not running to 26.6, so it really won't matter.
Yeah.
We're running beta 27, so but it is out. That's beta 3, and not much to report on that because it's that time of year when Apple is doing simultaneous betas on the current version as well as the future version. So that is it. But one cool thing I did find, and I thank you, Eric, for sharing this. I told Eric, or was it Marty? One of the two of you. This was on Reddit. This was a filming of a revolutionary documentary in Apple Immersive Video. And it was the URS Sin Immersive. It's free on Vision Pro for the America 250 celebration. And there's something about history that a flat screen never has been able to give us. It's a real world battle, and you see a painting of it, but you still feel distant. Well, I'm not going to go read through all this, but it does have a really cool thing. It was filmed in Moores Creek National Battlefield, and this is the support of the National Park Service, who gave access to the ground and what made it all kinetic. So they did do the filming of it. It is in the app that is called the Spatial Film. And you can check it out. And I've watched a couple of these videos. I know Marty and Eric have as well. Did you? I think you were the one who shared this, Eric. Where did how did it look? Did you see it? Already see it?
I haven't finished it yet. I just saw the first part, but this particular film, they worked on sound. So they put microphones in a couple different spots so you can hear things happening behind you and the side. So that was really nice.
Yeah.
And there's a preview as well, I believe, on YouTube. so you can get a sense of it.
Yeah, I found this and posted it to our chat, and didn't have time to go in to do the setup because I was distracted with my Plex server. But did go in and look at the YouTube video. They have a trailer there, and it's also in this post. So you can get a sense, if you don't have a Vision Pro, you can get a sense of what this film was about.
Okay. All right. So that's about it we got for the Vision Pro this week. But we are going to move on to beta. Apple, this is pretty critical, and I want to make sure we talk about it. Apple did release a beta, a full version of iOS 26.5.2, which has got an enormous amount of security fixes that you really need to run this. This is pretty critical. So there's about 25 different security fixes on this, and it's kind of scary that it's a little bit a month after 26.5.1, and it's got a ton of security fixes. It's to a point that it's covering both Mac OS, iOS, iPad OS, and Vision OS. I mean, it's covering all the OSs, and it's a pretty serious fix. And you really should just run out, go get it right now. Here is a article here in Apple Magazine that had some information about it. I know it's kind of small, but that you can check to see what it is. And most of it is targeting is the WebKit kernel and system risks that it has. You don't have to bore everybody with what it does, but you really shouldn't wait. I highly recommend that you get this updated right away. I don't run beta on my primary iPhone, so I switched right away. Same thing with my Mac, my primary Mac. So go out, do it. Sure, everybody here who's still running the real version is got it done right. You got it done right, Jeff?
I did. I was holding off because I was in the middle of my keynote slides, but I had to do a restart anyhow. So I'm like, let's go ahead and get this installed.
Yeah. So important. Take care of that. And then of course the continue on beta, as I talked about, 26.6 iPad OS, iOS was released as well. Looks like just a lot of fixes. The update did add new wording around the blocked contact limits, letting users know that they have exceeded the maximum number of blocked contacts. Boy, you must have a lot of bad people calling you that many contacts.
Yeah, everybody.
Yeah, you're blocking everybody, right? It also might include a new anti-snatching feature that locks your phone if it's grabbed for your hand. I remember we talked about that. So that's out this week. I would anticipate to see that this is going to probably be released very soon, probably within the next week or two, because they think they need to bring their focus to iOS 27 at this point. So definitely be a good idea to get that going here. So WatchOS, tvOS, and visualOS I talked about, and then. Yeah, like I said, the release date is probably going to be around end of July, I would think. And it usually what they do is they kind of look at when things were released last year, like in iOS 18, it was like right around the end of July. So we'll probably see the same thing. That seems to be pretty consistent because, like I said, they want to get this done before so they can move the focus over to 27. So we'll see where that goes. And the as I said, 27 iOS 27, all the betas on 27 are still at beta 2. No upgrade, nothing really to talk about on there because that is here. So, but I will talk about a little bit is some of the new features that have been called out on iOS 27, including the Maps feature. The Maps feature does have it didn't get as many updates as some of the other apps, but it still has some useful features, including flyover improvements. It's got a new Maps icons because you have to make it look good in liquid glass, right? So that's important. Local lists that'll have intelligent insights from what's trending around you for suggestions on places you should visit. And then map surfaces locally relevant to a collection of places that makes it easier to find popular, interesting locations to visit. Trending restaurants, natural language expansion, widgets, offline maps, which they've had that for a while, but I think that's improved. Visited places, which kind of drives me nuts because I want to clear that out after time because, like, okay, I was there like a year ago. Yeah, just let it go. Right, exactly. So you have that, and then they did also add some useful new copy and paste features in your iPhone. So there's a new copy and paste feature to the iPhone's keyboard, enabling convenient one-tap pasting for text, photos, links, and more. So if you click a copy of a link in Safari and then move it to the Notes app, and a paste from Safari option with the link will automatically appear. And that's great news because that is such the biggest pain in the butt because you have to tap, hold, select all, select this one piece, and you're always moving around trying to get that to get that going. So hopefully they've done that not only for Safari but everything that you try to copy from text because that's always a nuisance. I think.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about you guys, but it's never fun. And then in iOS 27 Mail, they did update the search, so you have had much history with it being a good thing where it's improved. It's got a new ranking system that will brings the most relevant results to the top to help you find what you need right away, even if it's buried deep in your mailbox. Well, hey, hallelujah. And then new suggestions that include third-party apps and smart replies improvements with using probably Apple Intelligence and SAI capabilities, of course, and then some bug fixes. So we always have bug fixes. That's a given, right? So we got that, and then I'm kind of excited about. I think this is super cool because now iPhone users who pay for iCloud storage, I think all of us here do, and as for certain iCloud Plus storage plans beyond the 5 gig worthless plan that they have that offers for free, there'll be 2 more perks. You'll have increased daily limits for some new Apple Intelligence features, which we never even knew about because it didn't exist until when it comes now, which includes image generation, the revamped Image Playground app. That's so important. The HomeKit security video cameras, and you'll receive generated video descriptions, search for camera clips, and automatic surfacing of noteworthy clips. And here's the benefits that you have to have it. I believe the least it says that you are using the enhanced intelligent features of iOS 27, including image generation. However, the company noted that increased access, quote unquote, is available for most iPhone Plus storage plans, which presumably means every plan except the base 50 gigabyte tier, which is at 99 cents a month. Because they got to make some more money. So it's upgrade to that 200 gig plan instead. Yeah. Well, I wouldn't be on a 50 gig. I'd fill that up in a minute. I think most of us here would. So, but yeah, that's how it works. So let's go ahead and move on to this In Touch with Mac this week. Same thing with Mac OS in 26.5.2. There were some pretty incredible updates that had to be done. Since I work in corporate and enterprise, this is being handled as we have to update right away because it has a lot of vulnerabilities that are out there. It comes up on the scanning when you're scanning for vulnerabilities on networks. So take it as just as serious as the corporate world does. Go ahead and run out, get that up to date, put you at 26.5.2, and then you've got Tahoe 26.6, same thing. You got to update that. So it's definitely something that'll be different when it comes to getting that up to date, and we'll probably see that soon for the current version. So this is interesting in the Mac world. This week, Apple did do some updates to the Creative Studio, and it gets new AI features. They updated the Creative Studio apps, adding new AI features the Pixelmator Pro, Final Cut Pro, Logitech, and more. It's integrating Pixelmator Pro with Final Cut Pro, Keynote, Numbers, and Pages. And the Final Cut Pro new users can now send a frame to Pixelmator Pro to create thumbnails and social graphics. Wait, what a concept! You're actually using the photo product and the video product in tandem. What a concept. So there are 3 Office apps support generating vector shapes in AI, and Pixelmator Pro is going to get an advanced image generation and a content hub. Users can then generate AI images directly from Pixelmator Pro with natural language. So a lot of big updates coming here with this. Final Cut Pro's got an auto mask feature now that isolates and refines video elements like skin, hair, sky, foliage, and clothing. Logitech Pro's Chord ID feature will be rebuilt so it's more accurate than before. So there's been quite a bit of updates. This got a lot of attention because I've never heard this much enhancements, even when we were only using the standalone versions of Logic Pro and Final Cut Pro. What do you think, Eric?
Yeah, this is great news. And it's nice to see that it's tying things together and specific tasks. And all of this will, I think, also make it easier once you want to go through SAI and make verbal requests to be able to actually have it successfully translate to an app, have it go do something, and then come back. So I'm really looking forward to it.
So, something you would look at, Jeff?
No, but not because I don't like what they're doing here, but because I already have a workflow with apps that are doing everything that I need. If I didn't, though, I'd be all over this.
Yeah. How about you, Jill?
I use Canva, and I am now wondering if I can't move all my processes from Canva into this because I'm not a really heavy Canva power user. So this, I think, will save me a couple $100 a year, which is nice. And the other features in Final Cut Pro are great. And I've been starting to play with a little of them after watching some YouTube videos on what they were and what they did. So it's all good.
Marty, we talked about this earlier. You said something about this, didn't you?
Yeah, I think what I have to do when they do things like this at Apple, it makes me go, I got all these great tools, and I need to go purebred. Only use Mail, only use the Apple Creative Suite, and kind of the apps that I'm used to using for doing workflow, see what I can do through the Apple Creative Suite. And, I haven't used Apple Mail in a while, but this article that you just said in terms of the improvement in searching and functioning, I'll probably switch back to that and play with that for a while. So this article has gotten me thinking I need to drop the other ones that I'm doing, using the other apps that I'm using just to spend some time in this playground.
Yeah. Anything you have to add, Guy?
Yeah, kind of like Jeff, I very rarely use any of these products that are in Creative Suite. I'm kind of used at this point to using Hindenburg for audio and CapCut for video and so on and so forth. But I am starting to wonder because I don't pay anything for CapCut, but Hindenburg is costing me some per year. So if for whatever reason, I can't even think of off the top of my head how much Hindenburg is costing me per year. And the fact that the one great thing about Hindenburg is that it accepts audio inputs from pretty much anything. It doesn't have to be all from one device. With the Rodecaster Duo, that's no longer a concern because everything goes through that to separate tracks. That's really no longer an issue anymore. So I really need to do a cost comparative study of staying with Hindenburg or going to Apple's Creative Suite.
Yeah. Okay, so let's go ahead and we will move on from that. We'll go into one more thing. And Marty, you talked about this. We talked about this earlier about AI. This was Google Gemini Spark has come to the Mac with local file automation. They launched the Google Spark for its Mac OS desktop app, allowing AI agent to automate tasks involving local files and desktop workflows. The update was announced, actually it was yesterday as we're recording this. This feature shows the AI agent take action on files stored locally on the user's computer rather than just responding to questions in the chat window. You can perform such actions as sorting PDFs from a downloads folder into labeling subfolders, or pull figures locally from save invoices and build a Google Workspace budget spreadsheet and set a schedule. This is rather interesting, I must say. Well, did you get this installed yet, John Marty? What's your thoughts?
I tried to look at it yesterday and tried to find it on the app and couldn't find it on the app. So I will play with it as other people comment. I'm not excited about turning my file systems over to Google in any form or fashion. Google, yeah. It's like, yeah, we promise we'll bring it back and it'll be in good shape. I just, I'm not ready. I mean, I'll patiently wait for Apple to get its act together in terms of AI and the contextual use of it in terms of what's on your system, and probably stay with that over trying to do something with Google Spark.
Yeah. I put the link in the show notes for this because it looks like you have to download it standalone. It's not in the Mac App Store. So I will put that link there, and you can grab it. But
I have a question
what do you think
about
Jeff?
this.
Yeah,
and just to be totally upfront, I haven't read up anything on what Google's doing here with this. So my big question is the processing for what Google Spark is doing for files on your computer, is that being processed locally, or does that have to go to the Gemini servers for the processing? I mean, if it has to go off device for processing, I wouldn't even consider looking at this.
I think it's local. I mean, the link I just shared is on their site. It's Gemini.google.
Okay.
And it has the information plus the link to download it for your Mac. Yeah, it allows you to think out loud. It is beta, so let's put it that way. So Spark is beta right now. So it looks like, yeah, I'm curious. I have not tried it yet. I just downloaded it. I'm gonna check it out, definitely. But yeah, I agree with Marty. Again, I always referencing our show that we did because it's fresh in our minds here. That with Gemini, I'm questionable about trusting it, honestly. I do have it because I have Google Workspace for this podcast, and yeah, I still move over to ChatGPT. So, and just I don't know. I work in the corporate world. I'm working with Copilot, so those are the two big ones, really, honestly. So, I mean, Google is out there, that's for sure, and it's powering a lot of Apple stuff as well, or at least it's going to be. It isn't already in beta.
I just don't trust Google.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I use Perplexity. Not that it's probably any better as far as data collection.
Yeah.
But
sure.
Google just has that history, and do no harm has become a cash grab. So
yeah. So anybody else have anything to add?
I have let ChatGPT and Claude on file access on my computer and have them run certain, like, look at these photos, name them what the photo is, and rename them, take these files, store them in my Notion database. I'm having them do all sorts of things. I'm torn between this because I trust Apple that they wouldn't let Gemini do something to it. So I'm really kind of torn with my extreme trust of Apple and my extreme lack of trust for Gemini. And so I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'll probably stick with ChatGPT and Claude for a while.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. We'll go ahead and I wanted to add one more thing I forgot to mention here on iOS here. On iOS 27, this is the Apple Notes app. Who here uses the Notes app? I know not many of you do.
I do.
I use it heavily. Yeah. Okay. Jeff, you don't, right?
I found a really good use case for me.
Oh, you did?
Yes, I'm using as a shopping list where my parents, they can just go and add what they want to that, and then I can go pick it up and take it to them.
Oh,
So,
one other great. Speaking of that, one other great way to use notes is if you get recipes off of Apple News, you can shoot a ingredients list over to Notes, and you can go through them and hit check boxes for the stuff that you already have versus the stuff that you still need to get.
so that's cool.
Yeah. Anybody else that has a good use case for it?
I like it because you can encrypt the notes.
Mm-hmm.
So if you've got something you don't want to be out there, but you want it synchronized to all of your different devices, you can create an encrypted note, keep stuff in it, and every device you touch, or if you get a new device and it syncs, your encrypted data is still there.
And also, don't forget you can invoke the S person and create a note while you're driving, while you're, just thinking about something, whatever. You don't even have to actually open the Notes app.
I use it quite a bit, and I use it so I wind up creating a note that is like group work 7-1-26, and that becomes my note for that night. And every presentation I'm going to give, every document I'm going to refer to, I drop into that note. So when I get to class, I'm on a different computer. I can open up, there it is in Notes, and I can get it and have access to everything I need for the class that night. When that's done, I create one for the next week's class. When the semester's done, all of those go into an archive on Notes. So I have quite a bit of stuff stuffed in there.
Oh, that's great.
I have a shortcut bundle. And so whenever I'm walking around the house and I have it hooked up to my button, my action button, I can just say, and it'll send it to the notes. And so then I look at it, clear it off, put it in its right spot. It's sort of a clearinghouse for me for everything. And I'm walking around and instantly just recording voice memos for myself all over the house.
And even Winter Beckett says, I use Notes on my iPhone all the time. I do too.
Yeah.
Yep. A lot of it, what I'm doing is I am I'm doing some show notes work. I keep lists of my medicines. I have the script that I talk when I do the intro every week and notes that way. Those are just examples of how Apple Notes can be so really convenient. You pin it at the top. I've always found it powerful. But the one good thing is I think is going to be this feature that they just are going to be adding in as a power user feature in iOS 27. It is rare in other apps, and they're going to let you link to specific sections of your note in iOS 27. So there's no shortage of third-party Notes apps on the App Store, but you can find everything from bare-bones note takers or powerhouse productivity suites. But Apple Notes has long excelled, like we've talked about, offering minimalist but user-friendly interface, providing tools that the power users love. We're power users, right? So, whenever you select some text in a note on iOS 27, you open up the edit menu. You tapping Add Link will reveal a new option, Link to Section. So in this menu, you will find a full list of headings and subheadings in your note. Tap one, and the notes will create the links to that specific section. You can choose to use the section and title as the link's text, as well as your own custom text. Sections are linked, great for navigating long notes and making quick and easy to jump to that specific area. With section links, you can now create full-blown table of contents at the top of your note, or just use them sparingly for sections that you revisit a lot. And I agree with this, but I'm sure most iPhone owners will probably never even ever use this feature, because power users who value more flexibility, like us, in the Notes app, section links in iPhone Notes is probably a welcome addition, I think. So, what do you think of that, guys? Isn't it? I think that's going to be pretty cool.
Yeah, I think it's right.
I have it on my beta device. I want to try that. I will check it out.
I think it's great.
All right,
great.
So let's go ahead and move on to some of the topics this week. Apple Hide My Email vulnerabilities has exposed real email addresses. A flaw in Apple's Hide My Email service, this was just released this week, has reportedly allowed almost anyone to uncover the real email address behind that generated alias. And Apple has failed to address it for more than a year since it was reported. This was in 401 Media that has it, and they're withholding the technical specifics of the vulnerability because it remains exploitable. But the publication verified that the issue this week is used by one of its own Hide My Email addresses in tests volunteers by the researcher who's discovered this flaw. 100% of Hide My Email addresses were found to be exploitable.
Wow.
So it goes on to say that, it's leaking these addresses. They're supposed to be hidden. They reported the issue a year ago to Apple, and they have done nothing about it. In March of 2026, they told them that addressing the reported issue in a recent system change, but the flaw had been closed, but it's still there, and that this continues on. Kind of scary. I mean, I use that all the time. Sometimes I just don't want to give my email address out, and I like that. Mm-hmm. The fact that when it is done, then I can disable it or delete it, and then they won't bother me ever again.
Mm-hmm. Right? Yeah, it seems it's you guys seek my email.
Yeah,
yeah.
Do you guys use this at all?
Yeah, absolutely.
Occasionally,
rarely. But I can see a lot of harassment cases coming my way now if they're able
to. Yeah. I can see that.
The FBI is going to be knocking on my door.
You do too, Jill?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You have the FBI at your door too, Jill?
Yeah. Well, they say pizza, but it's really the FBI.
Okay. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is interesting, to say the least. The iPhone 17 has just got a new exclusive Pro focused camera feature. It added a new clean HDMI out feature in Final Cut Camera, which is exclusive to the iPhone 17 Pro. It did get big up. This kind of relates to the Apple Creator Studio, which got big updates across the apps we just talked about. But now they've just debuted a new version of the Final Cut Camera, which is a pro-focused app that's free on the App Store. The update brought several new features, such as the ability to easily bring files from Final Cut Camera into Final Cut Pro by connecting your iPhone to your Mac. One of the changes that is especially intended for Pro users, exclusive to the 17 Pro and Pro Max, is a clean HDMI out, which sends clean video feed without overlays to an external monitor or recorder, so you can stay focused on the image while it's being captured. And of course, you need the 17 Pro for this. So in any case, this is going to be something that's going to be better for pro and prosumer video work. And I think every day, and Eric, you know, best being the photographer here, that the iPhone 17 Pro is a pretty amazing camera, right?
Yes. Yeah, and it's a nice convenience. It lets you concentrate on what's being sent or what is being recorded without having to kind of like look through, little settings and level meters and stuff. So it's not absolutely essential, but it removes a lot of distractions. So it's helpful.
Yeah. Anybody else have anything to add to that?
Pretty cool. I'm excited to try it out.
I want to try that camera. I've not tried that before.
Yeah.
Put the link to the app in the show notes too. And then AirDrop. More vulnerabilities. What's going on, Apple? Jeez. This was found by some researchers that AirDrop vulnerabilities can crash nearby sharing services on the iPhone and the Mac, and Apple's still working on fixes. They were discovered by security researchers on how risky nearby file sharing systems can become when they're listening for devices before they approve anything. The researchers titled Protocol Prying found 3 pre-authorization vulnerabilities in Apple's AirDrop implementation affecting the iPhone and the Mac, and related flaws in Android's quick share ecosystem. So Apple just is not alone, of course, on this one. the convenience of it creates a large security surface. The researchers found that the nearby attacker can, with a laptop and a Wi-Fi hardware, can interact with early protocol stages and from roughly 10 to 30 meters away. Holy cow, that's long.
That sounds like Bluetooth. Huh.
Yeah, exactly. But Apple did acknowledge the reports. There is a CVE, which is a security notification identifier on it, but nothing's been released yet. So I guess check your AirDrop's receive settings and don't turn them on unless you were ready to send it. You turn it on for like a second or two or a few minutes, a minute, send it on your way. I mean, I AirDrop things from my iPhone to my Mac all the time, but it's in my house, so I'm not too overly worried about that. But when you're out in the wild, just make sure it's disabled because you don't want to do that. Like I said, this isn't alone with folks that have Android either. The quick share is not the only is not the only one that has the problem. So, anybody have anything to add on this other than stay safe with this?
I think the big takeaway is what you said, Dave. You need to lock down AirDrop when you're away from home because you never know when Guy is going to be within 10 to 30 meters of you.
Yes, exactly.
That's right. with the jazz hands.
Not with the court order. He's not allowed 50 yards around.
Yeah, that's true. Court order.
Yeah. Okay. So Marty's safe.
Yeah. I have lots of fake mustaches.
Oh, you are so clever.
Oh,
I know.
You are clever. All right. I put this article in just for Jeff because I know how much he loves hacking at the HomeKit, right?
Yeah.
Smart home platforms have plenty of powerful features, but automating every device in your home, but you have to do some really pretty much upfront work to make it happen. No, really?
Boy, howdy.
You have to know when you're looking here for the hidden tips and tricks to maximize everything you're connected to. So they have being able to enable critical alerts and to break through your do not disturb mode. Do you use those, Jeff, when you set up HomeKit? I've never used this.
Oh my God, this is such a horrible suggestion. The last thing I want is to be in a like a presentation at a conference and to have my my home device alerts breaking through do not disturb and suddenly disturbing everyone.
Wait, hold on. I missed that last part.
We should totally do this next week and see how it goes for us.
It's going to go great.
It is.
But it's, I mean, okay, I can appreciate why they would say, hey, you should do this because like if your smoke detector goes off, then you want to know. Where I live, my neighbor's smoke detector goes off because they're bad cooks. And my HomePods have told me, hey, your smoke detector's going off.
You have a fire, right?
And I don't need to have alerts breaking through do not disturb mode. So I know when my neighbors are cooking.
Yeah.
Well, to 15-minute bites.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we can do that. Yeah. I mean, some of the other stuff that's
what
in
foods
here
can
is
set
good,
off with the smoke detector. Right? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, and like
ahead,
customizing what you have pinned.
Mm-hmm.
Totally do that, and it's super handy. You're having your sensors across different tiles so that you can do more controlled automations, more granular automations. That one seems to me to be pretty obvious because you probably want to have granular control over what you're doing based on sensors. And the built-in timer countdowns for device deactivations totally use that all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And the weather-based automations, I don't do that now because of where I live, but my old place, the automations for things really relied on me doing clever things like this. And smart bulbs as silent intercoms, I would hunt people down and have to set up plastic on the walls and floors to deal with how I would handle that situation. I never want my light bulbs coming on and off as a notification for something, ever.
I have done this before, but only for tornado warnings, where I do want to wake up. And so I have used
Okay,
them
that's a
silent.
totally different thing, and that's actually a clever use case.
Yeah, but yes, mundane things, no.
Yeah.
Say olive oil isn't important enough?
Apparently not.
Man, tough crowd.
So, but I mean, there's some good stuff in here. So that this is a nice list overall.
Yeah, so smart bulbs acting as sound intercoms. I didn't even think of that. I don't even have smart bulbs, so I can't try it. But
one thing that I would have added in here is set up an automation that turns off all your lights at a specific time every day. And so mine's set for 3 a.m. And I did that because let's say I'm out of town and someone is coming in and taking care of my office manager for me, and they forget to turn off the lights. They're going to automatically turn off. Or if there have been power outages and some of my lights have turned on because of that, they will automatically turn back off at 3 a.m. So it's my 3 a.m. every day light reset that runs. If the light's already off, okay, they stay off, but anything that's on turns off for me at that point.
Yeah. All right. So one thing I wanted to mention too is I just got this. I put this in the show notes. The link to it is the power strip for the HomeKit. This is a really, really cool power strip. It's made by Moros. It's got 4 outlets and it's got 4 USB A ports, and all 4 outlets. It's on its own HomeKit button, so you can do them independently when you switch it. And then all of the USB plugs are as well, so you can hook up to. So really, you can hook up to 8 different devices on the power strip, whether it's a plug with a USB A port or it's a standard power plug. Works really well, and I haven't had this thing crash once on me. I'm pretty impressed with it because I got a bunch of lights behind me here that I have that I've been scattering out all these lights that I spent all this money on, think it's going to be one of my great studio lights, but then I end up putting more of them back here behind me. So, yeah, these are some really cool power strips you should check out. I don't know if anybody has tried these before,
yes.
But.
I have not tried this, cool. But now I'm thinking at my desk, I have several Wemo smart switches that
could combine it.
Need to come out of the mix at some point. Yeah, and this could be a great way to address that.
Yeah, I've used
not terribly expensive.
I've used other Miros products. I have a couple of lamps that can be hooked into home, and they're just nice little standard lamps. They illuminate, not a shade or anything like that. They're just all encased. They illuminate different colors or whatever you want at different brightness, and that can be all put into home automation with Miros.
I got a Miros a light switch that I put in the garage because when I moved in, it had one of those ridiculously, I've told you guys this before, this ridiculous old mechanical timer with the yellow dial that had the time lock across it, and it's going tick, 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 tick. I was like, this needs to go away. I don't live in 1980s or 1970s. So I just had it. I had it installed the switch, and now it's connected to the garage door opener and the lights. I'm sorry, it's for the light. It was for the lights outside of the. That's what that was for. It was for the lighting outside on the garage. So it does have to have its own hub. So it's got its own home hub that is on the network separately. And it goes into HomeKit, and I'm able to. I put a automation when the light goes on at certain times, like at night, like around 6-7 o'clock. When probably should have pushed it up now since it's darker later right now. Yeah, and then it turns them off, and it's built right into it's a toggle, like one of those toggle power light switches, and goes up and down, and you can dim it too. So it's kind of cool.
Nice. I will say that it has limits because I have a water cooler that makes cold water and hot water in that room, and some gym equipment. And I'm sure an electrical engineer can explain it, but you cannot put high-powered things in it. It just totally failed because of something to do with the nature of, like a portable air conditioner, like gym equipment, this water cooler thing. It just will not.
Yeah.
Because I wanted it.
It's the initial power draw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm like only up here, from 7 till 10 every night, right? So I wanted it to come on at a certain time. So just be aware that lights work great on it. Low draw things work great on it, but you might not get everything on it.
Yeah. Yeah. So, all right. Thank you, Jeff, for helping us along with that. And
I didn't even complain too much.
You didn't? No. No, thanks for the table lamps there that you mentioned there, Marty.
Yeah.
So let's go on to the news this week. Apple did acquire a company. It's in February, Apple noted the European Commission that it would be acquiring certain assets to have the right to hire certain employees from Rabbit 3 Times, the company behind the award-winning app tool Play. The notification was published in the Commission's website this week, following a 4-month waiting period. Play was a Mac and iPhone app that allowed designers to prototype iPhone apps interfaces using Apple's Swift UI frameworks and then sending them to Xcode. It did win a design award from Apple for innovation. So now Apple is probably, because they're going to be integrating it, it's no longer available in the App Store. So I wanted to see what Apple's going to do with this. What do you guys think?
Probably going to get added eventually to Creator Suite in form or another.
Now, I thought this was for app developers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it is.
Wanted to make sure I had that right. Okay, cool.
I just think Apple's from this last WWDC, they have really, from what I heard, trying to make the workflow for app developers, a lot easier. And so I see this maybe getting integrated as a tool set. As they talked about, that you can use Apple Intelligence as a tool set for your coding, because it will point out places where you might need to do some changes and such. So I think they're really trying to not just give more APIs and more things but they're really trying to give tool sets to developers to make it easier for them. And this acquisition might be part of that intent. It might not come out looking like this, might not come out looking like Play, but they certainly are going to use the guts and the brains of it in order to fit it into whatever workflow, attaching it to Swift or whatever.
Yeah. All right. Let's move on to Apple Arcade. They came out. So there's 5 new games that have come out this week. Oh, everybody's going to be excited. You got Family Feud Pocket with that big picture of Steve Harvey. Look at that.
Oh my God.
Apple says the game provides a authentic, true to show trivia experience. Hosted by the iconic Steve Harvey. The game features classic mechanics fans know and love, along with the daily challenges and exclusive questions. And players can guess the answers and outsmart the competition solo or with loved ones or at home or on the go. I know, but I watch Family Feud. I'll admit it. It's hard to not watch it because it is funny watching these families be goofy and stupid. And Steve Harvey is kind of funny. But I'm not surprised. And it's probably going to be more popular than the Solitaire app we've always been talking about. So
I really need to uninstall that Solitaire app because...
Yeah, that's right. No, I have to keep my streak going.
Yeah, I got to uninstall it too.
I'm at like 590 now. 590 consecutive days of winning.
I have problems with Solitaire. Yes.
Yeah, it's hard. You get very addicted. I think there was somebody on the old British Tech Network, Jeff, that had 4,000. I was like, how the heck did you get that? It might have been Tom.
Oh my God.
Well, that's like years and years. So anyway, there's a couple other games: Dungeon Crawler Plus, Creatures of the Deep, Pocket City Plus, and Draw It Plus. and the press release was released earlier this month about this. So that's out. Oh, it's out there now in Apple Arcade. So check it out. And then American Express. I don't know if anybody here is an American Express card holder. I do use it. They did announce this week that you can now redeem your membership rewards points when checking out with Apple Pay on the web in apps on the iPhone and iPad. I think that's absolutely awesome. Makes it so much easier. So when you check out and through Apple Pay and your eligible American Express card has it and others in the American Express family, you'll have the points option, and you can put to cover all or some of your purchase. And for every 10,000 points redeemed through Apple Pay is worth a $70 statement credit. Nice. So you even get that bonus on top of that. So that's my pay right there to have an American Express card, and check that out. Anybody have American Express today?
Yeah. Yeah, I got it. We got it as when we were a young couple because the card, whatever it was, the bank gave us, just put us, we used credit like crazy. And the one thing that we felt safe with the American Express was we had to pay it off at the end of the month.
Green card.
Yeah.
And
guess what? That's changed now.
yeah, but that started creating good credit habits for us. And so
for sure.
We continue to use it, and I've got the Apple card now and still the same philosophy of paying things off sometimes absolutely. Before the end of the month because just to kind of clear conscious with it. So yeah, I've been an American Express user for 30 years, maybe.
Same.
I know my year because it says you've been a member since 1985.
Oh, I have to look at the card and figure that one out.
When you fly, you have it.
Yeah.
So and then lastly, let's talk about Anthropic's that whole fiasco with Claude's Fable 5. It's now available back in the U.S. That when the U.S. Lifted its export controls. It's once available for use, they said today, and it's seeing the option to use Fable with Anthropic rolling out an in-app message. It does say it. Through July 7th, eligible Claude subscribers can now use up to 50% of their plan's weekly usage limit on Fable 5. After hitting that limit, the Fable 5 will require credits. After July 7th, Fable will only be available through usage credits. It's Anthropic's first Mythos class model that is available to the public. It first came out on June 9th. And Fable 5's capabilities exceeded those of any model, and it generally was available and demonstrated exceptional performance for software engineering, knowledge work, vision, scientist research, and more. Outperforms Opus models for longer, more complex tasks. And so, yeah, this seems like a really cool model. I have not tried it yet. It's available for the Pro, which is my subscription I have, and there's a Max and a Team and Enterprise plans. So, Jill, have you tried this?
No, I've listened to a lot of people who do. I don't. So I've been spending the last, let's say, 6 months having it populate Notion for me with tons of data, but none of it's complex. You know what I mean? So I don't know that I need this, but I'm curious what people are doing that really need this level. Like, what are you doing?
Anybody else? Oh, Marty, what do you think?
Yeah, I have. I'm looking at it right now, and the way it promotes itself is for your toughest challenges. Well, frankly, Claude has been doing a fine job with. Apparently, I'm not giving it tough enough challenges because I'm not running Fable, and it's working really well for me. So, why do I need to spend tokens? For my toughest challenges, it's
you really need to step up your game.
I was going to
send it requests like, how do I initiate world peace?
This is the way. Yeah, this is.
What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah, this is the same sort of ego tugging stuff they do to sell ED drugs. Frankly,
I don't know anything about that.
Yeah. There goes my. There.
I mean, people were besides themselves. I can't believe you took this away from me. Do you know how many things I have to do that need this? And I'm like, what? It works fine. What are you doing?
You talking about Claude or ED drugs?
Let's move on.
Pick your topic.
Yes.
Works for both.
Okay, good.
Anybody else have any clean comments about this? Okay, I'm moving on. All right, let's go on to our things found this week. I'm really having a fun time with this. I'm glad we're doing this. And Jill, what am I surprised? You have a power tool.
Oh my gosh!
Recommending.
So I brought it up, and it is.
Oh my god!
Oh, nice.
It is a pruner. And I have one of those yards that's a very tree weedy yard. And you can go back there with these giant loppers, but sometimes it's tight, and I don't, if no one ever told you this, as you get older, you have grip problems. And so this will cut a 1-inch tree stem. And so I was able to just go through and just go zoop, 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 zoop. And I cleaned up my entire backyard in record time with all the weedy trees. So my new favorite thing.
Just a hypothetical. Say you had someone tied to a chair.
No.
Would it take off digits?
Yeah, you got to be really careful with this, which is why it has a 2-tier trigger with it. You just can't pull the trigger. You have to pull this trigger and then that trigger.
Oh, nice.
I'm just picturing Jill walking into a redwood forest laughing maniacally with that in one hand.
It also has a really handy flashlight at the end. So you're in the deep of the verge. You can go in and see what it is you're cutting. And
you could only have it, you can program something on your iPhone to get it to work, in addition to what it does.
Shortcut.
Now, I'm picturing Marty the Enforcer walking into a room, someone tied to a chair, bare single bulb hanging from a cord, and he just goes, "I'm so very disappointed." Click, click, and walks up to the person.
Oh boy!
And they confess.
This is why we need androids.
Yeah, I'd probably say, "What's the frequency, Kenneth?"
Dave's not here.
I'm sorry, Dave.
All right, Eric. I think you were next. No, who was next? Marty, you were next.
Oh, okay.
No, Jeff. Sorry.
Jeff
I'm looking at my thing here.
Oh, it's me.
I'm losing my mind.
Oh,
go ahead.
Okay.
Jeff, you're next.
Yes. So my thing that I found this week, that I found a long time ago actually, is Linear Sketch, and it's on my mind a lot recently because I draw with it all the time, but since we're all going to Macstock next week, and Linear Sketch is a big part of my workshop, I've spent so much time in it over the last couple weeks. I'm like, I need to be talking about this more because this is a freaking cool app. So it's my favorite drawing app and sketching app for the iPad. And you can use it for free. It doesn't have all the features, but it has enough that you can do tons of stuff.
That's surprising. So, and I think my pick this is a pretty awesome microphone I just found earlier today. And of course, as soon as I found it and know that it is able to be connected to an iPhone or a computer, I purchased it. This is from Zoom US, Zoom Corp. They make great recording equipment. I've had my first recorder that I had for this podcast was the Zoom H6. I still have it in a drawer somewhere. Now that I have a Rodecaster Duo, that's my main baby now. But this is the world's smallest professional waterproof recorder. Not only is it a microphone, it's a built-in recorder that's inside this device. It's 16 gigabytes of storage. You can store about 20 hours worth of recording. It's waterproof. You can be in the pool, in the ocean, and be recording things with audio on this very, very easily. It does have 2 versions available. It's a mono version and a mono and stereo version. The mono version actually at the lowest price that it is, it's $109. The stereo one is like $149, worth every penny of the $40 to have stereo. And the mic arrays, it's a 4 mic array plus 2 lateral mics with the stereo version. So you have 6 mics built into this thing.
Wow.
And it's an omnidirectional. Yeah. And it's pretty incredible. It stores on device you plug it in. It is in in Windows storage format, which is FAT32. And the file format's WAV, so you're getting the highest quality audio there is with this. Recording time, again, it's about 22 hours, and it's about 32-bit float mono, and then 29 hours of 24-bit mono, and 4 hours in dual mono. USB-C, of course, and it's a Bluetooth low energy and a Bluetooth classic. You get about 4.5 hours of battery life on it, it supports hand-free for profiling things like Facebook Live and Filmic Pro and everything on Apple's devices, Windows computers, and Macs. This is a pretty incredible little device, and I can't wait to get it. I want to try it. See if it could be used. It had to be a microphone. But Guy, you might have to buy this. I know Marty's thinking about it.
I'm trying to find a use case for it. Now, if I was drowning and I wanted to get something off my chest, it doesn't have to
be in the water. It can be. Yeah. I could be just normal recording if I'm interviewing somebody, or if I want to use a mic and be free from this. If I'm traveling, I don't have to have the
vacuum
mic, because you clip it right onto your shirt, and the sound is amazing. It has no clipping at all. It really filters it really well. So clipping is canceled because it has that AD converter with the 32-bit float recording capture. So from whispers to roars and everything in between, no clipping or distortion.
See, I'd like to see how that works in the rain.
Yeah, maybe we'll demonstrate a Mac stock. I just saw that it's coming tomorrow. I couldn't believe it.
Every room has
earlier today.
Well, so just get in the shower with the thing.
Yeah, I can get in the shower and start singing my songs while I'm taking a shower. Podcast. Yeah. Oh, let's do it. Hey, touch what I was podcast in the shower.
It's the Showercast.
It's the naked truth with Dave Ginsburg.
Yeah. Oh, no,
shut up and take my money.
No. Oh my gosh, you're crazy. So check it out, Marty. You have a pick. Go ahead.
Yeah, my pick is an app that I've been using. It's called Impulse, and I had it on my screen and then promptly lost it. It is a daily kind of mental exercise thing, and they provide you with 3 or 4 different tests that you can do. Sometimes they're short calculation things, sometimes they're sorting, sometimes they're like, okay, where was the butterfly when a picture when all of the cells flipped over. So kind of memory stuff. I'm not sure if this is helpful, but it is kind of nice, at least once a day. And, the activities take maybe 5 minutes to do all 3 of what you have to do for daily tests. But the one that I've really gotten into is they call Candy Sort. And I will hold it up to the camera.
Oh,
it is like a series of test tubes with different colored, what would be different colored candy. I'm colorblind. So they often,
I was going to say,
they have a switch for colorblind mode. So they put numbers in it. And so I can sort by numbers with this. And this is taken up because you can only move certain pieces, and they have to be together, and they have to match the tube that you're putting them in. And this has been a distraction before I go to bed at night. Basically, this is kind of it's replaced many crossword puzzles for the meantime in terms of that. So it's Impulse, and it is a subscription-based service. I think I went ahead and dumped and got either the annual for it and then promptly shut it off so it wouldn't automatically renew. And I've been enjoying it, and it's one of these things where you're trying to keep your streak going. And so far, since I got it, I've been successful in keeping my streak going for what it's worth.
Okay, great. So let's go ahead and Eric, tell us what you found.
Well, I spent a week trying to outwit a raccoon. and was losing. So I set up a trail cam outside the chicken house and basically filmed the raccoon breaking in each night. And then in the morning, you pull the card out, you bring it back, stick it in a computer, run through all of the spots where the raccoon's going in, add reinforcement on the pen, and until you get just a frustrated raccoon banging on the outside of the pen, and then you have success. But the last night, right before we found the last spot, put it in a computer, and the computer ran out of power partway through reading the card, and then the memory card was totally unusable. Couldn't get anything. It was just blank. We knew there was something on it, but it wasn't visible.
Yeah, no file.
And I didn't want to do, yet another round of trying to test. So I paid my $90, got this utility. It went through, scanned the card. I also discovered at that point that the card had not been reformatted since 2019. There were a lot of images recovered, but thankfully, the 23 images I needed were also on the card. We found the last hole, sealed it up, and that was it. So it was worth the cost in this case.
What is this called?
Disk drill data recovery, and I think you can get it from the App Store. You also can get it online on a website directly. I don't think I would go with the lifetime license because it's got code that is Intel based in it now, and I don't know if they're going to rewrite it. So it's good until next year. But for the places where I'm using it, a camera memory card where I just have to have something, and it's not important enough for me to have a backup in the camera. I just don't want to have to go recreate whatever the thing was. This was a lifesaver. And nice interface, scanned. It took it probably 2.5 hours to scan the card, bring everything back, and I had like 2,300 images, and the date information and everything else was there, so I could sort everything and grab the more recent ones. So it was successful. And I tried 2 others, I don't even remember the names, that were not helpful at all.
Yeah. If you buy the lifetime license, I see it's $149, and if you get the 1-year subscription, it looks like they have a discount right now. It's $80. That I'll put a link to it's through the company that makes this is Clever Files. I'll put a link in the show notes for that, along with the one that links to the Mac App Store too. You'll save a few dollars. I think they got like 15% off or 10%, something like that. So,
and if you need it, you need it.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'll wrap up with Guy. What did you find?
Yeah, it's a game that's on that's in Apple Arcade. It's called Thank Goodness You're Here, and it's definitely British humor. You've got this little guy who has to run around and do all these tasks for these various, very inept people in the town that he lives in. And he hops and jumps and he does various things to help them out with the things that they can't quite figure out. And it's a great, like, little 10 to 15 minute distraction if you're looking for something to do while you're boiling an egg or some other, mindless task that you've got going on that you've just got to kind of sit there for a while. You can plug away and thank goodness you're here. And of course, if you have Apple Arcade, it's completely free.
Nice.
Good. Check it out. That's a great game.
I like that.
Awesome. All right. So that's what we got for this week. But before we go, we got to make sure we mention MacStock one more time, because it is going to be actually the eCam event is 1 week from today, and MacStock itself starts on that Friday. So that's July 9th is the eCam event. July 10th through the 12th is MacStock. I'm speaking, Jeff's speaking, Marty, Jill, we're all speaking. We're going to have some great stuff, and you get to sit through the whole weekend, and you get to see me as the last presenter on Sunday before we wrap up. So I'm going to have a lot of fun. I'm glad we have some great topics. Go to max.conference.com, and again, that's all you need to know. Just go check it out. If you can buy tickets at the door, from I would have heard from Mike Potter, if you don't get to it in time, you decide last minute, stop on by, come out, and you can buy tickets at the door. So there's no problem with that. So we got David Pogue coming. I just heard Ken Ray from macOS Ken's going to be there. I'm excited to see him again. It's been a long time. He was at MacStock quite a few years ago, so it's exciting to hear that he's coming. Shout out to Ken. And you're going to have Chuck Joyner, who missed us, is not here tonight, but we're going to have him there as well, and so many others, Dave Hamilton, and so many great speakers. They're going to be there. So go check it out. And you can buy the package with the eCam event of the Creator Camp, or you can just get the MacStock event. Just go there to the site and check it out. And if you do decide to buy online and you want to use our offer code, which is InTouch, go check it out. We would love to have you. Added bonus on Wednesday night, which this is free admission if just pop in on Wednesday. 10th anniversary of this podcast, of this show. I can't believe it was 10 years ago. It's June of 2016 was when this show started. And it's been 10 years that we've been at it. So all of us here will be celebrating and we'll be at the hotel. Come join us and come check us out. And we would love to see you. And we're gonna have a blast and just reminiscing, getting some history, and just doing a show. We're going to actually record a show, so it's going to be a lot of fun. So come check it out.
Yep. I won't be
before we go,
but I will be looming.
Okay, you'll be looming. We got big table. I got big tables set up, so we're going to be good. We're going to be nice and spread out, and we're going to have a nice layout here. So all right. So with that, before we go, let's find out where everybody can be found. Let me start at the top here, and Marty Jencius, where can we find you? Thanks for being here.
Yeah, you can find me at Jencius, Jencius, on most all the socials if you want to connect that way. Or go to thepodtalk.net is the website that contains all of my podcasts and other links to go to. And you can email us at thepodtalknetwork@gmail.com. if you'd like to do that. Sunday nights, of course, the Neo Notebook about the MacBook Neo. Mondays with Vision Profiles. Old Mac Gang on Wednesdays, and Tuesdays with Chuck Show, Thursdays here, and then Friday morning with the Tech Hangout, which is kind of a fun new experience. Lots of other shows you can find by just going to thepodtalk.net. Thanks.
Thank you. Jill McKinley. I'm so excited you're always here this week and every week with us. I really appreciate it. Where can people find you?
Well, you can find everything I do at jillfromthenorthwoods.com. And I also had one of the new games that you mentioned is called Draw It Plus. I used to play Draw It, and it is a hoot. And it's a turn-based game, so it's kind of fun to do with other people. So it's a fun one. But jillfromthenorthwoods.com. And I have a relatively new Small Steps with AI podcast where I talk about everyday uses that you can do with AI.
Great. Eric Bolden, with you. What's the flowers you have behind you this week? Didn't you see that? Thanks for being here.
Yeah, balloon flowers this week. So there's a closed one. Oops, over there. Can't tell where my fingers are. Closed one up there, and then an open one on the other side. Nice. I can be found on Mastodon at EA Bolden at mes.to. Otherwise, Sunday nights on the Neo Notebook, Mondays on Vision Profiles, Tuesdays on Mac Voices Live, and of course, finishing out the week with In Touch with iOS.
Excellent. And the one and only Jeff Gamet, he is here. Thank you for being here. I always appreciate you being here. Where can people find you?
I'm so glad that you include me, and I appreciate that. So people can find me on my blogs, freshbrewtales.com and jeffgamet.com. And I might as well just tell people right now, I just added a merch store for some of my art, so you can get it on t-shirts and mugs and stuff. It's in progress right now. But if you go to jeffgamet.com and you click on Jeff's art, you can start checking it out. So go check it out. Let me know what you think. All right. Then Jay Gamet on all the social medias. And then for shows, Tuesdays on Chuck Joyner's Mac Voices Live. Here on your show, Dave, In Touch with iOS on Thursdays. Then let's see, what else? Brian Chaffin and I, we do The Context Machine. Patrice Brendamore and I, we do Retro Rewatch. And then, as has already been brought up, the Tech Hangout. So, yeah, I kind of get around.
You do. Make sure that you include that link in our show notes. I just put.
Oh, sure. I can do that.
Anything else you want to add, feel free. All right. And then last but certainly not least, Guy Serle. Thank you for being here. It's always a pleasure. Nice Star Trek hat.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to look forward to see you next week. And where can people find you?
You can find me over on the G-Men show. We won't be recording one this weekend with the build-up for MacStock. But there is the one that Dave did with me last weekend that is now posted, so don't miss that. You can contact the show, gmenshow@icloud.com. You can find me usually Tuesday nights over on Chuck's Mac Voices, of course, here on Thursday nights, In Touch with iOS. And over on the socials, I am both Mac Parrot and VertShark, though VertShark is the one that I'm typically going to. Over there on the Twacksters and Skies of Blue, occasionally over on the Dawns of Mast, and VertShark on YouTube. I've got a Google Voice number that you can call and make bumpers and all kinds of things, 703-828-4677. Just don't use naughty words, Marcus. So, yeah, that's most of it right there. So, looking forward to seeing everybody at MacStock. I missed it last year, and I missed it so badly. But I am going to be hitting the road probably either early Tuesday morning or mid-afternoon on Monday.
Great. All right. Thank you so much. And that is a wrap for this week. Please send your comments, questions, suggestions to our email address, which is feedback@intouchwithios.com. You can follow us on BlueSky and Mastodon at In Touch with iOS. Support the show. Buy me a coffee at intouchwithios.com/coffee. We'd really appreciate it. You can also become a patron of the show by going to patreon.com/intouchwithios. We have 2 tiers available to support the show. We would really appreciate it. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, so when you're notified when we're live streaming. Thank you, Witherbucket. We saw Webb Bixby there earlier, and Brian just left out. And thank you, Brian, for being here and being in our chat. We always appreciate the people in the chat being with us live on the YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/intouchwithios, where people can watch the current and past live streams as well as listen to past shows. You can subscribe to the show in your favorite podcatcher, including Pocket Casts, off Overcast, Apple Podcasts, and many others. But better yet, go to our website, intouchwithios.com. All the links to each episode is there, and you can listen to us right there. So, I am Dave Ginsburg, and you can find me on the following podcasts: the Neo Notebook on Mondays, Vision Profiles on Neo Notebook on Sundays, Vision Profiles on Mondays, Mac Voices Live on Tuesdays. Thursdays we record In Touch with iOS. Fridays on the Tech Hangout. I think we're going to be at episode 4 now, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe episode 5, one of those two. And you can also find me on social media, which is at BlueSky and Mastodon at DaveG65. Thanks, everyone, for being here, for hanging out with us and listening and watching. We really appreciate it. And I hope you come to MacStock. We can't wait to see you. I'm sure a lot of folks that listen to us are going to be there. I'm going to look forward to meeting you. Make sure you come see us. And until then, thanks again, and we'll talk again soon.